It looks like the Fantastic Four cast net is narrowed to a few specific actors. We're going to get into who we think is already locked in to play the characters, who might be playing the remaining supporting cast right now on the Sundowners Club. So Sterling, Fantastic Four, the rumors were flying around the last time we covered it about Adam Driver playing Reed Richards. And I like the idea of Adam Driver, but obviously, from what we've seen the last 60 days, Adam Driver doesn't like the idea of playing Reed Richards. So he is, by most of the trades reporting, he has passed on the role. And, we'll want to credit, there's been several sites, but looking at one of them in particular, Cinema Blend, they talked about, as Adam Driver has exited the role, a new rumor is talking about who might be replacing him as Reed Richards. And it's none other than our favorite, Matt Smith, a.k.a. Daemon Targaryen from House of the Dragon. First reaction to, one, Adam Driver turning him down, and two, the possibility of Matt Smith playing Mr. Fantastic, Reed Richards.
Yeah, I don't like it. I think I just don't really see Matt Smith as Reed Richards for me. And then I also just think it just kind of shows how unreliable these leaks are. Like, it just kind of feels like people are just making stuff up randomly. They acted like a couple months ago like he was almost locked in, like it was official, you know? Yeah. And turns out it was just nonsense.
Well, it was supposedly him and Margot Robbie.
And that's nonsense.
There's no way she's playing Sue Storm. I mean, and we have a good idea now of who's playing Sue Storm. I mean,
that could be nonsense too.
It could, but there's a lot of smoke around the fact that Vanessa Kirby's locked it in. But Reed Richards,
I think she'd be fine for that.
Margot Robbie with Barbie, is going to be passing $1 billion in the next week and a half. They can't afford her. If you're her agent, no way do you have her playing Sue Storm.
Disney could afford her.
Now, I say
for
that
now. Now, I guess.
If she thought the script was good and the movie has Sue Storm as the lead character, she could do it. But she's not playing the role. So
I mean, they're all lead characters. I mean, there's only 4 heroes in the movie. I mean, it's.
But they had John Krasinski play Reed Richards in Doctor Strange.
Yeah, and I thought he was good for that role.
It was fine, and then it was announced they were casting the net out, and that's where Adam Driver stepped in. I liked the idea of Adam Driver, but
I wasn't a huge fan of that either.
Yeah, I wouldn't say I was 100% on it, but I liked it a heck of a lot better than Matt Smith, and I'm a big Matt Smith fan. His work in The Crown as Prince Philip, obviously his work as Daemon Targaryen. I think it's a mistake if Matt Smith plays Reed Richards. I think it's the wrong casting, and I don't think it's a move he should make. And
I don't
honestly,
think it's going to happen though.
I don't think it is either. I agree with you. I don't like it, and I don't think it's going to happen. And so, or hope it doesn't happen, and I don't think it will. But so let's talk about Vanessa Kirby for a minute. So Vanessa Kirby, in a connection with Matt Smith in The Crown, she played the young Princess Margaret, and she's also been in Mission Impossible, and she's a really good actress. I think she could pull Sue Storm off.
Yeah, she could. I mean, she's got the look. I mean, I would say that's an authentic casting. I think if you look at that, I mean, you could see her as Sue Storm for sure.
Yeah. Well, what do you think about some of the names that have been rumored for Johnny Storm? So we heard early on potentially about Austin Butler playing Johnny Storm, which Johnny Storm
that's the guy from Elvis.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, he tried to play Elvis.
He's
in Dune.
See, I think he would be good as Johnny Storm.
I like it. I liked it.
I think he's the best of what I've seen from the rumored roles.
So Joseph Quinn, who we'll put up a clip right now, one of my favorite scenes in a streaming series in the last year or two, who played Eddie in Stranger Things, and I loved Eddie's character. His guitar strumming to Metallica was a lot of fun to watch. And he's been rumored to possibly be playing or finalist to play Johnny Storm.
I don't like that.
I don't like it.
I think he'd be better off playing in like a multiverse version of Tony Stark, since he looks like young Robert Downey Jr.
No, he does. I hadn't thought.
I mean,
Yeah, he sort of does. That
I
would
just
be
don't see
confusing.
him. I don't see him as well. I mean, they've already jumped the shark as it is. So I mean,
Yeah,
I don't like him as Johnny Storm.
yeah. So
I think he's a good actor. I just don't like him as Johnny Storm.
yeah, I'm questioning the choices that we were hearing about right now for Reed Richards, and I'm questioning the choices for Johnny Storm.
What was Andrew Lincoln is on there from Walking Dead?
He'd been rumored
Which I actually like him. I think he would be one of the better ones.
I like that. That's a different kind of choice. I think depending upon the age of the character that they have written in the script for Reed Richards, I think that would be a really good choice. I haven't seen anything lately that would lead you to believe that it's going to be Andrew Lincoln, but that's an interesting choice, and I think a bold one. And then there's been rumored. I don't know if anyone out there has watched The Bear. It seems like it's getting good ratings on Hulu, but we have a guy that plays a supporting character on The Bear, Ebon Moss-Bachrach, and he plays Richard. I think he's the cousin to the main character, Carmi, played by Jeremy Allen White. But Ebon Moss-Bachrach is rumored to be potentially a finalist to play the Thing.
Of the rumored castings, he's the best one.
He's really good in The Bear.
But I mean, I thought you could get just like a wrestler or something. You could get John Cena to do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You don't have to have amazing acting chops to play the Thing.
He was in Andor.
Right.
He's the guy that betrayed Andor, and Andor killed him when they got off world.
Right.
So, I think
he's got that northeastern accent, and
he's great in The Bear.
Blue eyes, like those are his trademarks. So get those things right.
So
make the CGI look good.
If he ends up playing the Thing, or Thing, like that's a good choice. Vanessa Kirby is Sue Storm, good choice.
It's a good choice, yeah.
The others concern me, and then Dr. Doom. We don't know about Dr. Doom.
They were saying like a year ago, was it Ryan Gosling?
What about
locked in?
What about Henry Cavill?
I mean, yeah, you've never really seen him play a villain. I always thought the guy who played Jamie Lannister would be a good Dr. Doom.
So what about Cillian Murphy, our guy from Oppenheimer?
Dr. Doom has a little more of a physical presence.
Yeah, he's physical, and Cillian's tiny.
Yeah,
he does a good job in Peaky Blinders, but he's still,
I think he's a great actor, but you need somebody who's a little bit bigger.
Henry Cavill, man. Dr. Doom.
He can do it.
Let's make it happen.
I don't know. I like what's his name? Nikolai Coster-Waldau.
Oh, he played Jamie Lannister in Game of Thrones. We always have to tie everything back to Game of Thrones.
I think he'd be great for it.
Because
Dr. Doom has that. He's that arrogant. You know what I mean? Just arrogant.
That might be the best casting comment you've made since we started the channel.
Yeah.
Jamie Lannister is Dr. Doom. We're gonna have to wish that one into existence. That's a good choice.
You don't see him. I mean, you don't see him in much.
So this casting, because it's tied into Disney, this casting with Fantastic Four and how questionable it is, does that concern you as a huge X-Men fan?
Everything about Disney concerns me. There's nothing they do that I trust will be good. I mean, I've tuned out. You hear all these people talk about Secret Wars and
Which was awful.
And
Awful.
how all these shows were awful. I wouldn't know because I knew they were going to be awful, and I never watched them.
You didn't watch them.
I didn't watch any of them.
That's why we didn't cover it.
I knew they were going to be bad. And I mean, it's like these people are disappointed. I'm like, wow, how are you disappointed in something like
until they fix some of the issues that Disney has
it's been
right
bad
now
since Endgame
around Marvel. They need to just stick with releasing the animated X-Men 97 and leave it at that.
And outside, so the animated X-Men 97 and Deadpool 3 are the only things they have that I'm excited about.
Yeah.
There's nothing else they have that I'm excited about.
And that's interesting. Deadpool 3 and the Deadpool series, I would like to see Fantastic Four have that kind of tone. Kind of like be a little bit on the fringe, on the edges. I would like to see it. Maybe not as much humor, that adult humor.
Yeah, I mean, Doctor Doom's not he's a serious,
he's very serious,
world tier villain that. So I mean, I don't really think that works for that, but
we're gonna find out before X-Men casting is finalized. We're gonna see this full completed cast of Fantastic Four. and depending upon when the strike ends,
It's not even on their chart though.
no,
They've got stuff
And-
listed out till what, the end?
And Bob Iger
Into
just sat
2024.
down, and they have their quarterly earnings coming out. Bob Iger just sat down and talked about making less Star Wars and making less Marvel. So they're scaling back based on the revenue numbers that are coming in.
So that
for
means
the
more
streaming.
bad remakes, more bad live action remakes.
Well, their last 8 movies that they had has lost over $900 million.
Yeah.
Not including Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
That was the only thing that was
decent.
profitable, I think.
So
But,
they've got to get Fantastic Four right. They've got to get the script. They've got to get it right. They've got to
you
get
got to
the
get
tone
the
right.
casting right.
And they can't spend $250 million on the movie. Fantastic Four, you're setting yourself up to fail. They have to be smart with the budget.
I mean, you can save money by getting actors that aren't, huge
build the
stars.
characters up right. You don't have to CGI everything and spend $250 million on the movie before you market it, and then you're set up to guaranteed.
The rumor
lose
is the
money.
main villain is Galactus. So if that's true, that's going to be a lot of CGI.
Yeah, so Galactus, there's been some rumor casting around Galactus.
But that's essentially just going to be a voice actor. There's no.
Yeah, well, there was also talk not just about Galactus but Silver Surfer, and that was where our guy from The Bear was also rumored that he could be playing Silver Surfer. It was Thing and Silver Surfer.
Yeah, but I mean, like those roles again. Those are voice acting roles. That's like caring who plays Groot or Rocket Raccoon. I mean, they have a look, but it's all CGI and a voice.
Yeah, and so look, I mean, there's already stuff that we've heard about that they're potentially casting a Latino actor for Galactus, and then we're already hearing names like Antonio Banderas. So we'll see what happens. They've got to get. Look, it starts. If it's not on the page, it's not on the stage. You got to get the script right. You got to get the casting right. And if those two things
that's
are
where
shaky,
they've fumbled in the past few movies
Yeah.
that have flopped. I think that's where they fumbled, casting and writing. And
so lot of stuff to think about with the Fantastic Four and the ramifications that it has not only for that IP, but for the future things that we expect to see, like around X-Men. And so let us know what you think. Do you like some of the casting rumors? What do you think about who has been announced to be playing Sue Storm, rumored to be Johnny Storm, who's going to play Reed Richards? Let us know what you think, what you like, what you don't like about it, and what you expect to see from the Fantastic Four. While you're doing that, hit the subscribe button for us so that we can continue to grow the channel. And also hit that notifications bell so that when we do put out content, you get alerted so that you can continue to support us. And TCB.